Well, hello, beautiful friends. Welcome to my channel. It's Sean from Seankbeauty, and this is Seank's Beauty Bar, where we grab from the bar and discuss all things beauty. So hello to everybody who is new to my channel. My name is Sean. My background is microbiology and biochemistry. I bring it to your questions. You just leave your questions down below. And we do Seank's Beauty Bar every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. To everyone who has subscribed to me while I've been gone, to all of my subscribers who've been with me from day one, I want to say I send you so much love and thank you so much for holding my hand and supporting me. You know, your feedback matters and your support matters. So I've been getting a lot of questions, and I'm sorry on Friday wasn't able to put up a video. You guys, my teeth is becoming a project. I'm doing a lot of work on leveling myself up, and so yeah, Friday was another day of me being laid up because I had just left the dental office from doing a deep cleaning, and no anesthesia or any sedative or any sort of, you know, numbness was done to my gums. So honestly, that one was a different one. That was a different, it was traumatic. All right, so let's talk about answering your questions. Let's jump right into this. So I got a question about retinol and your skin being damaged because of retinol, and what to do after that. And apparently, a lot of you have reached out to me since my last video with retinol damage. Some of you have used retinol, glycolic, and salicylic acid together. And, you know, here's the first thing that I want you all to know, and this is the reason why I do these videos, right, is I want to give you understanding behind a product before you feel like you need to get it. I know we want that instant gratification of getting the skin healed and, you know, really, you know, targeting these concerns quickly. But just because something is strong and effective for someone else doesn't mean that it's conducive for you. So the key then becomes really doing your due diligence if you're going to grab these products and doing patch testing in the middle of your arm for 3 days, 72 hours. I know it's not popular. I know it's something that nobody really wants to talk about. But here's the thing. You're your own scientist when you walk into your home with all of these actives and products. And because it works for somebody else doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. So, you know, salicylic acid within itself is a very strong but good acid, right? If used the right way. And so is glycolic acid. Now, retinol is a beast all by itself that is very aggressive. We talked about this in a previous video where I mentioned that retinol speaks to the skin cells, telling them what to do, and glycolic acid is really just sloughing off that that outer layer of dead cells, right? Kind of ungluing that from the skin surface. So salicylic acid is really great for those who have mature skin, who are of an oily skin type, because it is a fat-soluble acid. So that molecule will get in there and pull out oil and unclog the skin. Glycolic acid is a smaller molecule that is very aggressive, will get the job done, but, you know, these are sold at certain percentages, and 10% is pretty much where you want to stop. And I have mentioned in a previous video, you want to work your way up to that. Retinol is known to cause severe burning, the adverse reactions of, you know, severe dryness and irritation, but also deeper wrinkles. So again, you know, I think everything is reopening. I definitely say seek a dermatologist. But one of the products that you can use to really help with the burning and the irritation is Cicaplast, and this is by La Roche-Posay. It is one that most dermatologists will recommend when the skin is damaged, when there is, you know, post-surgery wounds, when there is severe dryness and irritation. This is a product that will protect the skin's barrier and help to bring about repair. So if you're dealing with retinol damage or any sort of damage from using a resurfacing agent, I would say pump the brakes on those resurfacing agents right now and your retinols and move into that Cicaplast. Also, I would say a non-irritating, very gentle cleanser. And if you're going to use a toner, then a very mild toner. And then going in with using the Cicaplast to really help that skin's barrier to bounce back. After that, then you want to ask yourself, is it worth trying this retinol thing again? If not, as I mentioned in a previous video, I've been getting questions about, well, then what is an alternative to retinol if I still want the same results? And bakuchiol from the bakuchiol seeds is one that causes little to no irritation. In fact, there's a lot of studies where patients were given retinol and they experienced severe irritation and dryness, and they used bakuchiol on other patients and they got the same results with no irritation. So that would be another alternative. However, the key is first getting your skin healed. We don't want to go in with rosehip. And I know someone had mentioned that to me, so let's target that too. Okay, so I'm trying to record this and hold the phone while I'm doing this. Okay, so the other question was about using rosehip oil as opposed to retinol because the individual had experienced irritation from retinol or damage from retinol. So here's the thing. You know, if you've experienced damage from retinol and you're going in with a rosehip oil, rosehip, you have to know, does the same thing almost as retinol, right? It brings about regeneration. It's rich in vitamin A, C, D, E. It has omega-3, 6, and 9. All of this sounds great. Brings nourishment to the skin, is rich in antioxidants, so where it's fighting off free radicals, minimizing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, helping with scarring and blemishes on the skin. But you've got to be very careful because there is something called hypervitaminosis. And I mentioned this in previous videos. When you take too many vitamins, or if you have too many vitamins, I use this as an analogy how it will counteract each other. Well, here's the thing about hypervitaminosis. If you're using retinol, which is, again, synthetic derivative of vitamin A, and you've got damage from that, and then you're going in with rosehip, that is from the rosehip seed, which is also rich in vitamin A, or a vitamin A agent, then what you're doing is you're taking or storing up a lot of vitamin A internally, which can lead to hypervitaminosis, which can be very toxic to you, and it can lead to severe irritation. So my friend who posed that question, you know, the first thing we want to do when we have retinol damage is to focus on the healing, not jumping into another derivative of vitamin A. It's only going to make the skin worse. So definitely let's pump the brakes on the retinol or anything, and the rosehip oil. Hopefully you're not using that. But let's focus on getting that skin healed with something like a La Roche-Posay, the Cicaplast balm. That's only $14.99. So if you want to get your hands on that, you can. You know, I want you all to know that I'm holding your hands through the process. I know that a lot of you, you know, I can feel the pain that is coming from a lot of you who are broken over what has happened to your skin. But I want to encourage you because the skin is a huge organ that is capable of healing itself. That's the beauty of our bodies, right? It has the ability to heal itself if we give it time. And And that's the reason why I'm here saying I'm holding your hand through this. You're going to get better. Your skin will get better. Um, but we just need to focus on the healing aspect first before we start going into using another aggressive agent. So that would be the first thing. The second thing I want to say in this context is that, we can get really great results early with using a ton of actives. The problem is your skin becomes paper thin over time. So we want to be very careful with all of these actives that we're using to resurface, and these technologies that we're using to peel away and all of that stuff. It can literally cause your skin to be paper thin, which is going to lead me to answering someone's other question. All right, friends. So this next question is, if you have rheumatoid arthritis, should you do Fraxel or CO2 treatment? For those of you who don't know what Fraxel is, it is a non-surgical treatment that is done with microscopic laser that goes deep within the skin and rejuvenates the skin, stimulates elastin and collagen production, lasts anywhere from 5 to 10 years. And what it does is it's resurfacing, right? It's really sloughing off that top layer of skin. And it's a healing process of 7 to 9 days typically. So your skin starts to look like black sand when it starts to flake off that top layer. And the thing about the CO2 is that there are patients that have experienced their skin getting paper thin, just like with retinol. So I definitely say to the beautiful lady that posed that question, you definitely want to seek a dermatologist. I can't give you that direct answer because, there isn't enough scientific findings that speaks to an autoimmune disease like rheumatoid arthritis conflicting with, Fraxel. Just because if the autoimmune disease cause a rash on the face, then that might be up for discussion. But again, only your dermatologist can determine that, because if you're taking anti-inflammatory medication, it could conflict with the healing process from having that Fraxel treatment. So hopefully I'm giving you some insight. But again, I do want you to go to a dermatologist first, and then to seek your doctor's advice as well to see what they are saying and what advice they give. But typically there is no scientific findings to say that one conflicts with the other. But, there is the speculation that your anti-inflammatory medication could slow down the process of the healing that is done after Fraxel treatment. So that's that with that. So azelaic acid, one of those acids you don't really hear about a lot, but is a really good one as well. And it is not an alpha hydroxy or a beta hydroxy acid. However, it is still effective with, skin rejuvenation. It also is a preventative from future breakouts, treats blackheads and rosacea, and it has a lot of antimicrobial properties. This is found in like your yeast and your barley. I would say, because the question was, what are my thoughts on that? And thank you for that question. I know you mentioned that, it's not an AHA and a BHA, but I just wanted to know. And you know what? I'm going to bring that here too, because it still falls within the, skin rejuvenation and treating, right? So definitely, don't feel weird when you send me questions. I really value all of your questions. So here's the thing about azelaic acid. It is a bigger molecule, and so most dermatologists will recommend that you use an AHA or a BHA to open up the pores so that can absorb into the skin. So just think PHA. I don't know if you guys saw my other video that I mentioned about your PHAs, which are larger molecules, and so the absorption is much slower. So you've got to think of your azelaic acid pretty much like that, because the molecule is much bigger. It doesn't penetrate the skin as fast as your glycolic or salicylic acid. But if you use an AHA first, and then have that to open up and the pores and clear it out, and then go in with your azelaic acid, then you'll see quicker results. So hopefully that is helpful. You know, again, skincare is a beautiful thing. It is one that just needs to be simple and effective. We don't need to hoard a lot of products, even though we see that here on the platform. It is about knowing what each of these products are going to do and then using them, as opposed to using a ton of product at a time. So, you know, to the person that used the salicylic, the glycolic, and the retinol, I definitely say, you know, I'm glad you were transparent about that, because this is why I want to do content like this, because everything that is marketed to us does not necessitate the need for us. That may not be something that you absolutely need, right? It may have been, if you have dry skin, the glycolic would have just done the trick, or if you have oily skin, the salicylic would have done the trick. And if you have deep wrinkles and all of that, you know, laser treatment might have done the trick, as opposed to using the retinol. Again, I know this is the golden standard that everybody talks about, but retinol is not for everybody, and not all of these products are for everybody. Everyone is subjective. What may be an irritant to one person may not be that for you. So if you're seeing a lot of people with my opinion of this is great, da 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 da, and it makes you want to try it, just go in knowing that this may not work for me because it's working for this person. And so knowledge and wisdom is understanding that, and then the application of wisdom is patch testing to make sure that this thing does not have an adverse reaction on my skin, even though this influencer or this person is saying that they're having the benefits of this product. Listen, I've watched so many videos of people saying coconut oil works great on their skin, and kudos to them. But if I put coconut oil on my skin breaks out in a lot of small bumps, right? And it's the same with niacinamide, believe it or not, and it's the same with black seed oil, just to name a few. If you put this stuff on because it works for somebody else, does not mean it'll work for you. There are many people who experience irritation and, like I said, the small rashes or the rashes from niacinamide and black seed oil. So what may be good for one person may not be good for you. And if you're going to try that, then I still default to we want a patch test. So hopefully you all found this video to be helpful. Definitely leave your questions down below. I'm here for you. I'm holding your hand through the process. A lot of you are in different countries, so I'm working with you at all odd hours of the night, and I'm fine with that because I'm a night owl. I go to bed at like 4 o'clock in the morning. CV Makeup Lover would know. I stay up really late. I've corresponded with her a couple of times really late in the night, so my apologies there. But I want you all to know that I'm here working with you outside of doing these videos. I'm working with a number of you ladies, you know, outside of my regular YouTube routine of doing videos. And I'm so grateful that I can do this with you. A lot of you have been seeing the results of us walking through your skincare products and finding solutions and taking certain things out that are counteracting and counterintuitive to you really seeing progress with your skin. So anyway, with all that being said, I just want you all to know that I'm here for you. And that's just it, bottom line. That's what this platform is for. I welcome your questions. And if you give me a chance, I just want to add value to you and your skincare journey. I love you all so much. I'm going to hit the track now and start running, and I will see you in my next one. Ciao for now.